Hey everybody, what's going on? It's time for my MGC pickups. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my first ever pickups video. This is the first time I've ever talked about anything I pick up, and I go in spurts as far as picking games up, just because of time and money. But I just got back a couple weeks ago from the Midwest Gaming Classic, and so I figured I'd share a little bit of what I brought back with me from that convention. All right guys, so let's dive into it. Usually when I go to conventions, I'm looking for older stuff. You know, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, and, you know, the occasional 360 or PS3 game. But this time, I found something that kind of scratched the itch for both new and old, and that was 3 games that were being sold on a limited run basis. Not from limited runs, from another company called VGNY Soft. And they had 3 new Switch games for sale. And the first one is a Gigantic Army, and I love this game. I've only played it a little bit, but it kind of reminds me of Metal Warriors meets Cybernator on the NES, or Super NES. You play in a mech of some sort, and just like if you played any of those games that I just mentioned, it's the same deal. Going through, blasting all the baddies. It's a old school 16-bit looking side scroller, and I really enjoy playing this game so far. The next one is Golden Force, and you guys will all know that I am not a huge RPG guy, but this is an action RPG, which oddly enough is when you take an RPG elements and mix them with action game elements, and that hence, you know, action RPG. And I've only played a little bit of this game, but so far it is very enjoyable. It's not a hard game, and it looks and plays beautiful. The third one here is Tanooki Justice, and this game is not a bad game. It is like Shinobi, but Shinobi is a raccoon. This is a hard game. The look of it is very much 8-bit, and this is a hard game. It is a one-hit kill game, and boy, oh boy, this one is tough as nails. Now, I've only played it a little bit, the same with all of these games, but I don't know how much I'm going to come back to this game. I'm definitely going to come back to it, but it is hard, and it's definitely going to take some practice to get good at this, but it's definitely worth checking out. So another one of the games that I picked up that you guys might be a little surprised that I never had was Crash Bandicoot, the original. Never had this game. I don't know why. It always surprises me when I look into my collection. I'm like, you know what? I don't have this. I think a lot of it's because I have the second one, so I always thought that I always had the first one. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever picked up this game, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so another game on the list here that I picked up was a Famicom game. This is my 4th Famicom game, so I am on a roll. Not really. Had to keep the tag on this. It's YY World 2. And the reason why I picked up the second one is because Gary from Rock Solid Gaming helped me pick this out. He said the second one's better than the first. And yeah, he helped me out because I'm always iffy on, hey, some of these, do you need to know Japanese to be able to play them? Because if so, obviously most people aren't going to be able to play them here in the US if you're not sure. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to jumping into this game. I have not played it yet, but yeah, we're gonna see what it's about. He says it's pretty good, so I'm trusting you, Gary. Ow! I love the name of the next game, and that's Adventure Time, Explore the Dungeon, because, I don't know, great name. Now, I know this has something to do with a TV show on Nickelodeon, I think. Anyway, I already had an idea that I was going to pick this game up before I went to the convention. I had seen it online, and it looked very charming, and it is very charming. There's not a lot to this game. It is what it says it is. It's a dungeon crawler, which usually I'm not a big fan of. But the way it looks, the way it plays, it's an easy driver. It's not a hard game, at least from what I played so far. And I'm really looking forward to playing it some more. So, yeah. Adventure Time, Explore the Dungeon, because, I don't know.
We'll take that. It's only a couple blocks from here.
14 to Adam, calling KG.
So LA Noir is a game that I've been meaning to get to for a long time, and I finally picked myself up a copy. I've always heard about this when you're talking about the Xbox 360, and I think it also came out on the PlayStation 3. I'm not sure, but I finally sat down and got to play a little bit of it, and it kind of surprised me. It wasn't the game that I thought it was going to be necessarily. I thought, since this was made by Rockstar, it was going to be more of a GTA off-the-rails kind of thing. And not that this isn't a vast open-world kind of game, but it's more of a character development here. And it's really cool because you play your character, you play as a detective who starts out in the lower ranks, and depending on how well you do solving cases, you get to move up the ranks. Now, that's what I've seen so far. I don't know if that changes later on, but it's definitely caught me off guard as far as that goes. And it was a pleasant surprise because now I'm super interested in playing something that has more to it as far as character development than maybe the GTA games. The GTA games, you are who you were from the beginning to the end, it feels like, where this is more of like, hey, you know, you have to develop your character as you go along. So really looking forward to playing this some more. Another one on the list here is BioShock Infinite. And I have not played any of the BioShock games whatsoever. So this is going to be kind of my first foray into it. I have had, I think on the Xbox 360, I think I have the first one. Never played it though, but I plan on, you know, trying it out this year. That's what I say, but if that's what I do, that could be two separate things here. All right, so the next one is Uncharted 3. Never played it, looking forward to it. I got this because I have the first two, so I'm just looking to finish it up. I think 3 is that all there is? But you know, first-person shooters, I love a lot of first-person shooters. I'm horrible at them with the controllers. I did a lot better with a mouse and keyboard, believe it or not. But as far as being able to control these games, yeah, mouse and keyboards for me. But I am getting better with the controller. So, and speaking of finishing off a series, as far as collecting goes, I got Gears of War 3. So now I have the first two, now I got the third, which is pretty awesome. I love Gears of War. I've only played the first one about, from what I can gather, about halfway through. And then, you know, other things start happening. You get another game or whatever, but that's another one of the games that I gotta sit down and at least finish up before I can hit these other two. Got that, I got BioShock. I don't know where I'm gonna get the time to do this, but somewhere. Okay, moving on. We have the next one is Xbox Tony Hawk Underground 2. I had to take a look at it because I'm like, which Tony Hawk was this? Now, obviously, this isn't one of the games that I'm getting gameplay of because, you know, the music is a factor, you know, with the licensing and, well, not licensing for me, but for, you know, copyright. But Tony Hawk games are always so good. And I want to say this might be one of my first Tony Hawk games that I actually have in my collection. So I'm looking really forward to playing it. Yeah. Another one, this next one is just like I picked it up because I thought it looked cool. I don't know anything about it. I've never played it, haven't played it yet, but that's Robotech Battle Cry. Anytime you are playing a giant robot shooting things, yes, count me in. How cool is that? I love it. I don't know if this is any good. I've seen this like a million times in stores and at conventions, and I've always passed on it because I'm not sure like if this is any good, but I think it was like a couple bucks. I bundle this in with other things, so you know what? For a couple bucks, why not? Let's give it a shot. Stormrise is another one of those mech games that I just took a chance on. Just threw a Hail Mary and see what I get. I had seen it around. I recognized the name, but I'd never picked it up before. I'd never seen gameplay of it. So I said, you know what the heck? I threw it in a bundle and brought it home and tried it out. And boy, this wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. And what I'm talking about is the biggest thing is the controls of this. This is more like a real-time strategy game where, yes, you do control the mech as far as telling it where to go and what to do, but you don't necessarily control it in real time. And you go between troops and your mech and you tell them what to do. Which, look, I like real-time strategy games, especially on the PC, but this was kind of something different. I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm not saying that I do like it. What I'm saying is I need more time with this thing because it kind of took me off guard. At first, I was really confused on what was going on, and then I realized, oh, this is like a real-time strategy. I got to tell the mech what to do. I got to tell these soldiers what to do. But it kind of makes you want to feel like you should be in the mech or down on the ground with the soldiers. So it's kind of weird. And if you guys have played this before at all, then you'll know exactly what I mean. But I can't really tell you good or bad yet because I'm going to try it out some more. But yeah, Stormrise on the PlayStation 3.
Get up to anything stupid. Okay, Mom. We'll even make sure we're home by 11.
Wolfenstein: The New Order is a game that I definitely have a past with, and meaning that I have never played this game, but I have never been able to get my hands on this game successfully. So thank God I finally got it at the convention. Look, this is my fourth attempt. The first two times were at GameStop. The first time was they had it out on the shelves, but when I took it back there for them to put the disc in, they couldn't find the disc. Then the second time, they could find the disc, but the game just wouldn't play. There was something wrong with it, and I took it back. Then, finally, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on eBay. Picked it up on eBay. They sent it to me, and there was a case, but no disc in there. And then, of course, you know, you have to go through all that BS with trying to get your money back through eBay, which wasn't that bad. So here, this is the fourth time I went to get Wolfenstein: The New Order, and here we go. It is a little bit of a letdown, I'm not going to lie, but I wasn't expecting too much. Look, if you like 3D first-person shooters, this is going to be perfect for you. It's not breaking any new ground here, but I will say at the beginning, it was a little buggy, and I was almost tempted to just be like, you know what? I'm just going to dump all over this game because this is not fun. Once I got past a few problems at the very beginning and got into the game, it was quite enjoyable. But, you know, it's at the beginning, you got to realize when they're setting the story up or whatever, it can be a little buggy. Now, I don't know if that is true on other systems, but this is on the PlayStation 3. So, you know, take it for what you will, but actually I'm going to come back to this game because at the end there, I played this for a good hour and a half after I was hating on it, and that's saying something because I was really ready to give up on this game, and then an hour and a half later I'm like, yeah, I like this game. I like it a lot. So, Wolfenstein: The New Order. The next game combines many things that I really enjoy in a game, and that's Little Big Planet karting. I loved the Little Big Planet games, the 2D side scrollers, and I also love, you know, racing games that are based off of, you know, pretty much clones from Mario Kart, and that's what this is. They pretty much took the world of Little Big Planet and made it into a Mario Kart looking game. And one of the biggest surprises and the funniest is that there is a narrator that goes along with you and explains a lot of things, and it is Stephen Fry. And if you don't know who Stephen Fry is, he's an English actor who does the narration for the movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and also the audiobook for that as well. I love his voice, and it just makes this game so nice.
Cryptic, not so obvious information, and you have reached our relationship destination. For example, serpents.
I don't know what it is, but along with the good gameplay, now the gameplay is okay. The controls are a little off with the button mapping here, and I've only played this along with the other games for a little bit, so I don't know if I can change the controls at all. I didn't bother going in and checking that out yet. But it doesn't necessarily ruin the game. The game controls pretty solid, other than the button mapping on the controller. And it is a solid entry into, if you like racing games, this is definitely something that you should pick up on the PlayStation 3. And that's it. That's all I picked up. You know, sometimes I picked up more. I know at Mo Game Con, I picked up a little bit less than I normally do. I've really been struggling with which way I want to go as far as collecting this year, because prices are very much an issue this year. Namely, it looked like a lot with the cartridge-based systems and the older stuff. So that's why I kind of went with 360 and the PlayStation 3 this year, because it seems like those systems games are a little bit more reasonable than other systems here right at the moment. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed already, subscribe. Alright guys, until next time, take care, and I'll see you later.